What's up, y'all? Thanks for stopping by the Surge T channel. I am Surge T, and tonight I'll be doing my rundown and thoughts on AEW Rampage for the 8th of October, 2021. CM Punk, he goes one-on-one with Daniel Garcia, and for once Taz shows his disdain for a guy he hates. And he doesn't praise him solely. Like, there are times, how he will always do that where if it's somebody that he just had a rivalry, right, with CM Punk, right? And normally he would be like praising him and telling him how great his this and that, and that's it. Like there's no thing or nothing. But yeah, but here he is finally, praising. He doesn't just praise him only. Like at least he kind of kept in character. Coach of Team Taz. Not just being a commentary guy. And then Mark Henry. I'm sorry, but the motherfucker sucks. Seriously, I don't understand why they signed him if this is all they're gonna do. Backstage thing where he just doesn't even look like he is comfortable in interviewing and stuff like that. I mean, I just fast forwarded his interview with Punk and Garcia. And I gotta give credit, a lot of it, to 23-year-old Daniel Garcia. He was game, but not game enough, as he got put into the Anaconda Vice. And it's a move I haven't seen him perform in a long time. And Punk wins. Now, a junk bond salesman, Matt Sydal feels Leo Rush ain't real. But Rush feels that he is the one. He is the one that needs to show him something. So he's going to get him a match with CM Punk, and it's revealed right afterwards that it's actually been approved. So these things are definitely, what do you call it? Interviews that were done earlier in the evening, kind of thing. It wasn't done just right there on the spot. So does that match for next week? Now the AEW World Tag Team Championship, you got the champs Lucha Bros versus the Acclaimed with the worst rapper ever, Matt Caster, or is it Max Caster, or is it Max Factor, or what is it, whatever his name is, and of course the No Fear hand gesture, doing that thing, and what happens? Penta gets caught, and even Phoenix did too. Why does he do that every time? And then the motherfucker always gets caught. He always gets stopped. He always gets kicked. He always gets caught in the air doing some moves. So stupid. I'm so sick of that when he does that shit. And I'm thinking, why do you keep doing it, Penta, and you always get caught? You know what I mean? A little bit of show, too much showboating, if you ask me. And then in the end, we see a double package pile driver. I guess that's what they call that. And the Lucha Bros win this and defend their titles and continue to be undefeated this year. They have not met defeat or tasted defeat so far in 2021. That's pretty impressive because we're in October now. 10 months. That's pretty good. Sky Blue will have a lot to prove as she looks to knock off one of the top contenders for that new TBS title. That's the undefeated Jade Cargill. And Sky Blue ends up getting jaded and is soundly defeated by Jade Cargill. Jade delivers that move that all I can say is it's like Beth Phoenix's finisher move that she had. And double underhook face buster, whatever you call it, implant buster, implant DDT, something like that. And she gives her an after match beatdown. But Thunder Rosa comes to the ring with a chair in hand, and that's the very chair, according to Excalibur. That's the same one, like I said, that Jade beat her down with last week, and ended up pinning her and beating the her in that match, that triple threat match that included Nyla Rose. Now, Rampage next week. Here's the matches. I mentioned it. CM Punk versus Matt Sydal. Ruby Soho versus The Bunny. Kind of like a preview of two of the women that might be included in the TBS title tournament. And then the Inner Circle versus Men of the Year with Junior Dos Santos. Okay. I hope that's a start of a thing with Junior Dos Santos and Jake Hager. They should make that a straight up MMA fight in the octagon or in a closed cage like they usually do, right? No, the special Dynamite Saturday, October 16. You got Dante Martin versus Malachi Black. Lucha Bros defend their AAA Tag Team Championships against a masked tag team known only to be close friends with Andrade. I mean, who could that be? It could be a. It's probably gonna be a tag team in AEW. In AEW, I mean in AEW that they're gonna have face masks around on. You don't know how they are. You don't know who they are, with their how they talk or mannerisms or their way they're they're shaped and everything like that. You'll go, oh, man, I know who that is. I know who that is. But who knows? It could be masked guys from AEW. I mean from AAA. Excuse me. Brian Danielson will take on Bobby Fish. Hopefully, it's not going to be a second victory or a second loss for Bobby Fish. I think Brian Danielson has won enough. So how about we give one to Bobby Fish? And then we have a world title eliminator tournament. The brackets will be announced with the finals taking place at Full Gear. And I'm thinking that he just had a casino ladder match that crowned the new number one contender, and that is what's his name? Hangman Adam Page. And why the fuck are they having a world title eliminator tournament when they already have a number one contender? This is the problem that I have with fucking AEW. They got a number one contender and then they have to crown another one. Like, can you at least give Hangman Page the shot first before you have another, you know, tournament to crown another, what do you call it? Another number one contender? Like, can't you guys wait? And how about you go by the rankings? You guys never do. Like, who's the number one ranked right now? I know it's not Hangman Page because he won the Casino Battle Royal. He was the number one contender before. He had to relinquish that when he lost in that elimination 10 man tag. You know? That's the problem I have with these guys, man. Like I've said, I said time and again, Karu Shida, 11 weeks she was the number one contender, and they kept giving the shot to other people because they had these different types of matches that crowned number one contenders, and then she finally got her shot. You know. And then we have obsolete Ricky Starks versus Brian Cage for the WGIF, who gives a fuck title. Yeah, FTW, but really it's a what do you call it? A it's a, like I said, it's a who gives a shit title. Like, this is the problem. This is the number one. This is the main event for Rampage, right? And it's a title that's not sanctioned. It's made up by Taz. They're talking about the history of the thing title that's been defended all over, but that was when it was ECCW, not here. And then the problem, people have been complaining and saying that how bad Rampage's ratings are and all that stuff, and then you go ahead and have a non-sanctioned title to be your main event. That's the problem with Rampage. I've seen issues with it every week. I've enjoyed most of it, but a lot of it, you got to think to yourself, what are you guys doing? Like, you guys need to really do that. You need to, like, not have this as a main event. Have those two as a main event. That's great. But for that title, now Mark Henry again interviewing the participants like he did earlier, and I fast forwarded that. Well, because why? Because he sucks. I'm tired of him interview. His interviews, he didn't even have him on commentary no more. Probably enough people complained that maybe get more schooling. I mean, more people telling him how to commentate. Maybe let him practice more. Let him do something before you put him out there, because the guy doesn't really add nothing. Maybe you put him back in the backstage, behind the scenes, and train people, produce matches. I think he will definitely do well then. There's just something about him that he just has. I don't know if it's no charisma, no stage presence, no anything. I don't understand why he can't. After how long he was with WWE, right? 20 something years, and he still comes off like he doesn't know what he's doing. It's a new thing for him. I get it, but come on. And then this match, so predictable, right? Hobbs and Hook come out and allow for Starks to deliver the Rose Shampoo. I don't know, however you pronounce his finisher, and he retains. Big whoop. I don't know about Rampage this week. I really wasn't into it. CM Punk really needs to start facing better competitors. Dan Garcia, got nothing against the guy. He's a good guy in the sense that he has a good presence in the ring. He knows what he's doing. He's got a great skill set. Stuff like that. But I don't know. And tag team titles, just like, why the Acclaimed, were they actually the number one contenders? I mean, they did win 17 out of 20 matches. Pretty good, decent record, but these guys didn't have any kind of chemistry. I didn't like the match. Sky Blue, Like Jay Cargill, and she needs to continue to wrestle people like Nyla Rose and like Thunder Rosa, Sky Blue. Is she really good? That good? Have I seen her enough on Dynamite or Rampage to really have an opinion that I like her? I don't know. I'm not saying I don't have nothing against the girl, but continue to build her up and stuff. And then the FTW, FTR, HGIF. Who gives a fuck title? Like why? Why was this the main event for us? Like I said, a title that doesn't even. I don't know. It's not sanctioned by the AEW. It's not a real belt because it came from another company. Because it's a not it's just a title. It's like the $1 million damn belt in NXT. They had it for a bit just to kind of push the feud with LA Knight and Cameron Grimes, but that wasn't a real title. And in the end, what did they do? They gave it back to $1 Million Man, and he drives off into the sunset. And they're not. They talk about it here and there, but it's not a championship anymore. It's like with this championship, you're having these guys fight over that. And it's like, yeah, there's a lineage and a history to it, but it really doesn't matter, you know. Rampage has to really, Tony Khan, these guys have to really do a thing where they need to have a main events in the sense that don't focus your main event around a title that doesn't even exist. It's there, it's physical with the belt, like I said, but is it a real belt? Like you might as well have them have a what do you call it, a evening gown match. Where's this? All you gotta do is tear each other's clothes off. If it's a women's match, and you might as well have that. Well, you could have had Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. Why not have them have dresses on? They'll pull each other's dress. Or let's say evening. What's that one? Not an evening gown. What was that match? You used to have a tuxedo match. Yeah, yeah. They should have had them have a tuxedo match. You might as well because that would have meant nothing as well. Have them tear each other's clothes off, and whoever wins wins. I'm saying that is like people go, oh, what? And I go, yeah, because this is about as makes as much sense as having a championship over a, a title that really doesn't exist, like I said. But anyway, that's my honest review. That's my rundown and thoughts on AEW Rampage. Kind of disappointed this week, but it's always next week. So let's wait. Let's look and see what Rampage. It looks kind of good. The lineup, the things that I kind of said, looks like it's going to be something. But then again, who knows? What's next? They're gonna do. Like I said, they might do. They should do a tuxedo match. Why not? They'll just continue their thing of putting out a show that is being criticized and show that's low ratings and stuff like that. So Rampage really has to. Someone has to really light a fire under Tony Khan or whomever, and to kind of think about what you're doing and your booking and stuff like that, because really it's starting to kind of go downhill. Hopefully it doesn't continue and that they kind of pick it up a little bit more, especially starting next week. Let's see. But anyway, that's my video. So for those of you who stopped by, checked it out, appreciate it. And in closing, as always, take care.